Okay, good day, students. Today we're going to be looking at set notation, and particularly we're going to be looking at the universal sets, union, and intersection. All right, so we're given the two sets. For question number 1, we're given set A and the elements of set A as well as set B with the elements of set B. Now, the first step, we need to know what elements they have in common. What elements do set A and set B have in common? Or what element does set A and set B have in common? They only have one element in common, and that's 3. Awesome. Now, they have item 3 in common, element 3 in common. Where do we put that? Where do we represent that on the diagram? We represent it on the section where they intersect. All right? Wherever the two circles intersect, that's where we represent the intersection or the number or the elements that they have in common. So we put 3 there. What's left? What's left in set A? Very good. 1 and 2. Notice we do not place back 3 as a part of set A because we already placed at the intersection. It means all these elements are a part of set A. 1, 2, and 3. Let me repeat. 1, 2, and 3 are a part of set A. So we do not need to put back 3 outside of the intersection here. What are the elements in set B only? 6 and 9. Notice we did not write back 3 because 3 is already a part of the intersection. So that means that 3 is also a part of B. So all these elements here are a part of B. Awesome. Now let's look on question number 2. In question number 2, you're given additional information. You're given a set called U. What does this U represent again, students? Right, it represents a universal set. The universal set represents all the elements in set A and all the elements in set B. But the universal set also considers the elements that are not in set A and B. What do I mean by that? Let's continue with the lesson and you'll see at the end. We're going to first write all the elements in set A, elements in set B. We're going to find the intersection first. We're going to find what's common to both. What element is common to both set A and set B? 4. So we're going to write that in our intersection. And I hope you're enjoying the ambient sound of my dogs barking in the background. All right. So now we're going to find all the elements that are in set A only. And that leaves us with 8 and 12. Notice again, I did not write back element 4 because we already considered it. We already included it in set A. So everything here is a part of set A. Good. And the element that's left in set B only is 2. So we've considered all the sets in A and all the elements in set A and all the elements in set B. But we're given a universal set, and we said the universal set represents all the elements in A and B. But what if the element is not in A and B, but it's a part of the universal set? You see this rectangle that we have represented here? That rectangle represents the universal set. That means the rectangle has all the elements of B, all the elements of A, and all the elements that are not included in A will be written in the box. So let us find out what are the elements that were left back. So we have a 2, we had a 2 in B, we had a 4 in both B and A, we have an 8, and we have a 12. So what are the other elements that are left over that were not included in set A or set B? Those elements are 6 and 10. You can write it anywhere. So that means that this rectangular box represents all the elements in the universal set, and we will write U equals. So U is equal to all the elements in set A, all the elements in set B, and the residual elements that were not a part of set A or set B. That is how we represent the universal set. All right, let's try a second example. Here we have the universal set, and we also have all the elements in A and B. It's easier for us to identify the element in the intersection. That means the element that is common to both A and B. Remember, U represents the universal set. That means everything that's in A and B. Everything that's in A and B. All right? So we have basically two sets looking at. Let's find the intersection. What number or what element do both sets A and B have in common? Do we have anything in common here? Yes, we do. It's 10. The only number that both A and B have in common is 10. Therefore, what are the elements that are left in set A only? 5 and 15. What are the elements that's left in set B only? 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, have we accounted for all the elements in the universal set? Does the universal set has all the elements now that are in A and B? Let's check. So, we account for 5. We account for 6. 6 is in B. We account for 7. 7 is in B as well. 8 and 9 are also in B. 10 is common to both B and A. We haven't accounted for 11, 12, 13, nor 14, but we've accounted for 15. Now, where do we put those elements that are not in set A nor set B? Where do we put them? We put them in the rectangle. We put them in the rectangular box because none of those elements are a part of set A and B. So we're writing the remaining elements in the rectangle. And we can write them randomly. You know, we can write some up here. We can write some down here. Write them randomly, it doesn't matter. And these are all the elements in the universal set. Now, we represent all the elements that are in the universal set. And that is how we identify the universal set intersection, and now we're going to look at union. What is the union of A and B in example 3? The union of A and B will be all the elements in A and B combined. It won't, though, be the elements included in the rectangle. So for question 3, A union B will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 15. Let's try for example 2. A union B. A union B will be all the elements in A and B combined. We're not considering outside. We're not considering the elements in the rectangle. So A union B would be 2, 4, 8, and 12. Finally, back to number 1 where we started. What is the union of A and B? What is A union B? It will be 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9. Alright, students, I hope this video helps. All the best.